The biggest lie that you've been told is that you need huge income to travel the world, and I'm here to dispel that truth. That can't be further from reality, and that's based on my experience traveling countless miles as well as working in the airline industry. All you need to make your travel dreams come true is flexibility and your student ID. So here's the playbook how you can leverage those two to fly the world. You're probably new to my channel because this is my first video, so welcome. My name is Muso. I've been traveling for a while, since I was a little kid that can barely fit in my airplane seat, and I love the airline industry. I've worked in it, I continue to be passionate about it, and I want to come on here and teach you the tips and tricks that I've learned across my journeys. You're a college student, you want to travel the world. So I've done that during college, and I want to teach you how I did that. So let's dive into it. The first thing about traveling when you're in college is knowing how pricing works for airlines. So I'm going to give you the inside scoop on what I learned when I was working in the airline. The secret of the algorithm, the travel algorithm, isn't about booking on a specific day or clearing your cookies or whatever advice that they say on the internet. It's really about understanding dynamic pricing. Airline pricing is driven by two things. It's driven by inventory as well as seasonality. What that means is if you're traveling during summer, if you're traveling during Christmas, expect the most expensive flights because everybody wants to travel then. And the one hack that I've leveraged when I was in college is fly the times where nobody wants to fly, or fly the routes that nobody wants to fly. If you're in North America, spring break, Cancun, Florida, those are going to be the expensive tickets. Spring break though, up to Canada would be a lot cheaper. So it's really understanding that there are places in this world where they don't get tourism 365, and those seasons where they're low in tourism also create lower prices for tickets, and those are some of the best times to travel to different parts of the world, especially if you have the flexibility to go outside of the country. Some tips that I can give you: if it's Feb, March, Europe, some parts of Africa, Asia, those places would be affordable. September, October, that's another shoulder season where you can check out places in Africa, Europe, Asia, where there would be low on tourist demand as well. The second thing that you need to grab with you when you're going to these places is your student ID. It's surprising that a lot of students don't realize the same advantage that you have with your student ID here or wherever you go to school translates around the world. Places in Europe, you can get access to museums, to events at a discount because you're a student, and usually doesn't matter which part of the world you're from. If it's a valid student ID, they will accept it. So make sure you pack your student ID with you when you're traveling during shoulder season. And the third hack about gaming the algorithm is travel like a local. Skip the hotels, stay in hostels. There's a lot of different websites and groups and apps where you can find hostels, and they make for some of the best experiences when you're traveling as a young adult because you also meet other people in a similar age range as you. Places like Bali, for example, most youth hostels have amazing amenities attached to them as well, and you can come out of that with a group of friends that you can spend your entire trip with if you're traveling solo. So would recommend skipping the hotels and the Airbnbs for hostels. That's kind of gaming the algorithm, but there's also another part of this that is a strategy when it comes to actually buying the tickets. So this is part two, booking mastery. The airline industry is really interesting. I'm sure you've probably seen the same ticket at 3 or 4 or 5 different prices across different websites whenever you check. That's because aggregators as well as online travel agents. And those two things are not the same, but broadly at a higher level, they're basically companies that resell airline tickets outside of the airline. So that essentially creates two groups of sellers when you're buying tickets. You have your airlines on one side and you have your aggregators on one side. And the prices between the two sometimes varies by a lot, sometimes it's really close. My tip to you is use your research skills that you're honing and developing in college. Make sure you search websites like Google Flights or Expedia to make sure you're finding tickets across a number of different sources. Google Flights is a great tool because it has access to airlines as well as travel agents. Expedia is a travel agent, so it gives you access to a really broad set of flight options. Additionally, you can check out apps like Hopper or an app called Altovia to get the flight details that you're looking for. Whichever flight app you're on, make sure you're also searching everywhere. So don't just limit your search to specific places that you've heard of. Try to set the from field to your city and set the to field to wherever so that you can see as broad of an option as possible. And lastly, this is a bonus tip for you. When you're on Google Flights, make sure you use the track flights feature. Google Flights does an excellent job of actually helping you track your flights, and they send you email notifications whenever there's a discount on that flight. And it's a great tool. I use it myself to this day, how prices change. And sometimes you'd be surprised, like 48 hours before your flight, the price might drop by $1,000. Like it's actually crazy sometimes. And I know I said that was a bonus hack, but my last hack is using a website called StudentUniverse. They're now called BYOjet, and that's a website that allows students and young adults to search for flights, and they offer cheap flights. So check that out too. And the last one that could be another video of its own is using low-cost carriers. So these are the Spirits, the Ryanairs of the world. They offer great options for people that are looking to travel on a budget because they allow you to pay for what you're using versus just paying for a lot of things that you're not going to benefit from. So if you're flexible, if you're a light packer and you just need a seat on a plane and a backpack, budget airlines are usually an amazing opportunity, especially when you're in places like Europe where you can use budget airlines to hop around different cities. I know we covered a lot, but these are kind of a quick rapid fire list of some of the different things that you can do to help find cheaper tickets when you're traveling in college. Hope you liked that video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and follow for more travel tips like this.